Hey guys, it's your girl Tower Crush back with another review, and this time it is for Sistas on BET. If you haven't already, please hit my subscribe button down at the bottom. Thank you very much. Let me get right into it. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. And this was a episode. Nothing really happened, but we'll talk about what didn't happen. Okay, so we see Maurice is smarter than a fifth grader when he's talking to the prosecutor. The prosecutor was trying to throw all types of monkey wrenches into Maurice's, strength. And Maurice didn't fold, but he did call Calvin, and he wanted to double check to make sure Sabrina did not give him up. Like, think about it. Why would she give you up? You didn't do anything. You know she didn't do anything, so why you would ever think about signing to give her up, I don't know. And I don't even like the words give up. Give up sounds like you're guilty. Don't say give up. Say they want me to say that you did it. Don't say give up. Because give up implies that you did it and then they want me to snitch on you. I don't like that. But anyway, I don't know why he would ever even think about doing that when he knows Sabrina didn't have anything to do with it. Now, Sabrina may not know 100% that Maurice didn't have anything to do with it, but he absolutely knows that she didn't have anything to do with it because she didn't even want you dealing with Q on any level. But you kept saying, you got it, it's all good, you got it, you know what you're doing, and blah, 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 and treated her like crap after the fact, so... Because she said that you was treating him like he was your father or something, like you owed him something. And it was the truth, and you ain't like it, so that's why you got mad. Okay, and so Fatima and Andy in the office was funny. But at least she told Andy the truth about being engaged to Zach. Because, Andy saw the little tent on her finger. She's like, ooh, is that a tan line on your finger? She was like, yeah, that. Yeah, so she told her the truth, and she said that Andy asked her if she was going to marry Zach, and she said she didn't know. It just depends on if Karen's baby's his and all of that, and what happens with that. She's got to wait and see. And I just feel like she should just tell the man she won't marry him. He's sitting outside waiting for her to come home so that he can walk her in and surprise her with the candlelit dinner. With, premium gas station wine. And, she wasn't very appreciative. She was just kind of like, yeah, this is nice, but it's nothing compared to what you going through these days. Like, and that's true, but you knew that, months ago. You knew a couple months ago that Karen might be pregnant by him. And you knew for a while that this other chick might be having this baby. So I just need you to chill. Now, I would have been upset with the way he was reacting to Karen in that meeting at Karen's house. I would have definitely been upset about that. But, other than that, you need to get over yourself, Fatima. So if you're going to be with him, you're going to be with him. Okay, so Q and Danny. Yuck. I need for Danny to really, really tell the girls about Q, so that they can somehow figure out that this is the same Q that got Sabrina and Maurice caught up, so that Danny can get him to talk. Danny needs to get him to talk, and, they need to record it. That's what needs to happen. Okay, and so I just know that Maurice better not turn no dongo Sabrina in. And I know the police need to start looking at the evidence and realize that she's the one that called them to let them know about the bank robbery. And so Fatima told Zach that he must call Karen and Heather so that they can all meet and decide what's going to happen with these kids. Now, he knew Heather really had already, retain an attorney. So there was no need in them even calling her. I don't even know why she demanded that she be called, because it's already, you know, gone the next step with her. And honestly, I really feel like Fatima's calling in a chick for hating. She should have been calling Madam to have Madam say something to Heather. Heather would have dropped the whole doggone case. Heather would drop the whole case if Madam paid her a visit. She's a stripper. She knows who Madam is. And so it's kind of asinine to pull Madam in the situation without pulling her on the show, without pulling her into that situation, have her do something about that. Now, this chick, you know, trying to take Hayden for everything, that could be a 1+. But you really need to get old boy off of your fiance. And you do that by telling Heather to drop the case. Take this payout and go somewhere and lay an egg. And so that's my main gripe with the whole Madam Fatima situation, is that Fatima's not utilizing her properly. You know your cousin Cutthroat, you know she's something on these streets, and you know that's a street girl. Why wouldn't you be, maybe I'm saying it too much. Maybe if I stop saying it, she'll actually use it. You think, is that possible? I don't know. I want to talk about Danny and Preston. Danny and Preston were decent. Preston was waiting for her to come home. She came home from having drinks with Q. Like, Danny is just all over the place. Stays all over the place. I need her to pull it together. And the only reason she went to have drinks with Q is because he was paying. Preston talked to the landlord, and the landlord told him that she heard somebody hit Danny, and she also saw Danny run over somebody with her car, which is crazy, because why you ain't had a conversation with me about it, but you gonna talk to this man about it? What kind of sense does that make? Like, I don't like that landlord, because that's the same one that was letting him in her apartment without asking her. I don't like her. So Danny decided she didn't want to talk to him about it, and he just needed to leave it alone. And, you know, he didn't want to leave it alone. He said, I'm going to leave it alone for now. I'm going to let you go out with your girls or whatever. We will talk about it when you come back. Because Preston will probably find dude and beat him up or shoot him or have somebody do something to him. Because Preston got money, and Preston really cares about Danny. Even though I don't care for Preston, Preston really likes Danny, so yay. So she was basically telling him she wasn't going to talk right now, and when he finally let her go, she going to ask him, could she be dismissed? And he said yes, and she going to salute with her left hand. I said, girl, you might as well kept your hand down. That ain't how you salute. That's the ultimate form of disrespect. You don't salute with your left hand, ever. So right-handed salute. Right hand, I'm sorry. Showing my service. So yeah, I thought that was but you know, maybe she'll tell him when she comes back so that he can be informed, because I don't think it's fair that he's sitting in there like a sitting duck waiting for somebody to come back that has beef with Danny. She needs to let him know what's up. Thought it was odd seeing Calvin pop up over Sabrina's house, and he's all, hey, I'm just coming to check on you, see how you doing. He's all corny, cornballish like he normally is, with one half of his shirt tucked in, the other half out. Like, he ain't gonna never give that little piece up. That, we can forget it. He said he heard our cries, and he's gonna do it 15 more times. So there it is. So he's over there talking to her and telling her about what Maurice said, which was a necessary conversation, but it could have been held over the phone, let's just be honest. But as they're sitting there, somebody knocks on the door, and it's Bayo, the African dude that she went out with, the one that beat up Calvin. And he opens the door, and he's like, Sabrina, I've been looking for you. I've come here 3 times. So he's definitely been looking for his boo. And Calvin was like, hello. He was like, I see you now. Like, you seen him. You just didn't want to say it. Calvin's like, ugh. He's like, I can leave if you want to call him back. Yeah, she probably do, but, you know. And I don't even care that he was trying to, you know, he was attracted to Danny. Danny's beautiful. So there's nothing wrong with him being attracted to her. And it's a different culture that he comes from. So I really feel like Sabrina need to give him a real chance, because she going to need some money to fight this case. And Calvin don't have it. 20 stacks ain't nothing. She had a $3 million bond. What is $20,000 going to do, Calvin? That's never nothing. That's never nothing. So I definitely feel like she needs to call Bayo back. Come back here. Come back. So after Fatima and Zach called Karen calls Andy to see if Andy told Fatima about the baby. And Andy was like, no, I didn't. And she's like, but they called me over. So Andy's like, why they call you over? I'm on my way over there. And I didn't really like that. Like, Karen is grown. She don't need you. She does not need you. But, you know, here she is. So they go in and, you know, Karen sits down and they sit down and they didn't really talk yet. They just sitting there looking at each other. Okay, and lastly, I want to talk about Hayden and Tiara. Yeah, that Tamira, whatever her name is. No. I don't like that. I hope it works, but I don't buy her. I don't buy what she's putting down. Because she said that she asked him to go for drinks at her house, and then she calls Fatima and tells Fatima that they out to dinner and they going to a hotel. Girl, what? So yeah, they linked up, and it looks like, you know, Hayden is definitely gonna fall for it initially. I don't know how far it's gonna go, but whatever. And that's the episode. There's nothing much more that happened outside of that. And if anything else happened that I forgot to talk about, I'll just put it in the description, okay? But yeah, next week I think will be a little bit more juicy because we actually get to see them have a conversation, Karen, Zach, and Fatima. And we get to see Karen get upset because she's looking around at their beautiful home. And then she sees that engagement ring, which thrusts her into the arms of Aaron, I'm certain. Like, now she about to play with this man's mind because she want to show Zach she don't care. Girl, please. So it's going to be quite an episode next week. So hopefully y'all tune in with me for that. But yeah, that's it. So if you haven't already, please hit my subscribe button down at the bottom. And even if you ain't the subscribing type, you got to the end of this review, and that's more than I can ask of anybody. So thank you. All right, that is my $5.02. Peace.